What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you to NFL Street. In the last episode, we did a bit of a demonstration, just showing how this game works. And now, we're beginning NFL Challenge. Okay, let's talk about this for a moment. So, NFL Challenge involves you creating a team, jumping right on in, and trying to complete various challenges and beat all of the opposing NFL teams en route to basically winning the game, and you will get rewards along the way in doing so. Now, I'm going to go over this really quickly. So I tend to always pick custom for roster type, and I'll explain why in a moment. So we got different roster types that we can be given right off the bat that specialize in different things: rush offense, defense, pass offense, defense, etc. You are given a certain number of skill points that can be used to spend on the players on your team. If you pick any of these roster types, the balanced, rush offense, rush defense, all this stuff, you pick any of these, the points will be, for the most part, spent for you in creating your team. But if you go with straight up custom, you are just given a basic Joe Schmo, no skill team that you can build from the ground up. And that is what I am going to go with today. You start off with two divisions to choose from, the one on EA Field and the one on West Coast. As we go through these, we will slowly unlock more fields, more divisions along the way. Start in the West, go to the North, then South, East, East, South. So let's go into Team Editor really quickly. So this is the most basic team possible. Roster size is 7, development points 8,000. I'm going to start by editing the team itself. We can go with a different logo here. All sorts of different options for these. If I remember correctly, I typically went with, like, wings was a good one. You can get yourself some custom logos too, although I'll talk about these a little bit later. I think those are a waste of space and time, if I'm being honest. You got vultures, spiders that are pretty cool, shurikens. You got a shark one. The shark one's honestly one of the awesome logos, and it's so quintessentially 2000s too. Is that really a hedgehog? I don't know if it is. Well, if that's a hedgehog, then I'm going with a hedgehog, and we are going to absolutely call ourselves the Hedgehogs. And what do you think I'm going to pick as far as my color is concerned? Because if you don't think I'm going with the blue blur, you've got another thing coming. Perfect. That'll do just great. I mean, it doesn't look anything like him, but we'll take it. It's got the blue and yellow colors. Let's do. Although we're going to look suspiciously like the Rams now, aren't we? I suppose we are. That's okay. So you get just the most basic default players ever. They're all evidently quarterbacks. They're all skinny dudes with no stats whatsoever. And we need to figure out how we're going to distribute these development points accordingly. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret here. You only need 3 good players to start. You only need 3. You need a running back, a quarterback, and a receiver. Okay? We're going to start with the running back, and this is going to be the most important. Now, I need to figure out a name for this guy. So, let's see. What am I going to call him? Okay, so I've gone with Indomitable Beast. It will all make sense in due time. We're going to set him at running back. We're not going to set the attributes yet. We're going to adjust his height and weight just a tad, not a ton, because this does cost a little bit of development points. I'm only going to get this guy to an exact threshold, which I believe is, yep, 230 right there. So we're going to stop right there. No more than that. I love how hilarious they look. Okay, attributes. I'm not going to mess with passing at all. Speed. We are definitely going to crank that up quite a bit. Blocking, none. Agility, that's going to go up a fair bit, about there. Catching, right to the yellow threshold. Run power, that is going to go up to there. Carrying, because we don't want them fumbling the football. There. Tackling, this guy is also going to get a pretty high statistic there. I'm going to be spending about half of all of my points on just this guy in particular. And it'll all make sense in due time. So we're going to go a little bit more in the speed department, because as you can see, the more you increase it, the more expensive the cost becomes. And then, actually, I'm going to go down 1 on speed, and then we're going to go up a couple on run power. Perfect. Okay, so this guy is basically going to be our running back and our linebacker. Jersey number, I'll just go, I don't know, it really doesn't matter. But now we got to change the face. And oh my gosh, I forgot the face options in this game are absolutely hilarious. Like, obviously they're all caricatures, but oh my goodness, like the shrunken heads, and it's it's so bad. Okay, so here's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold right, and I'm going to count to 10. And we are going to just settle on whatever the heck it lands on. I don't care what monstrosity he turns out to be. We are just going to see what it is now. All right. That's what it is. Honestly, one of the least offensive faces. Okay, and then I can mess with his hair a little bit. And I'm only going to show the basics of character creation here. Oh, that's right. You can even do like specific celebrations. We'll just go with athlete for this guy. Then you can mess with his signatures. This is the Z plus C stick abilities that I was talking about earlier. Actually, some of them are worth more than others. You're going to want to go with some of the less conventional ones more often than not. How would you maintain that perfectly? Footballs are so lopsided. It would be so easy to accidentally bounce that incorrectly, and it would be very unfortunate if that happened. All right, so this is our first guy, the Indomitable Beast. All right, next player. This is Joe Schmo. He's going to be our quarterback. He is going to be basically one note as we can possibly get. We want passing on him. We want a little bit of speed, not a ton, just a little bit. Nope, no blocking. A little bit of agility, because we're going to spend basically about the other quarter of our points on this guy. No catching, no run power. We want carrying so he doesn't fumble the ball too much. He is going to have to play some defense, so we're going to want him for that. Coverage as well. And then a little bit of D moves. And then maybe, can I up speed just a tiny bit more? Yes, I can. Okay, exactly what I wanted. Okay, I'm not going to increase his height or his weight at all. That is going to stay exactly where it's at. Don't worry. Again, this will all make sense in due time. So let's go with, I'll mess with his stuff a little bit. In fact, I need to mess with the gear on all of them. So I'll get to that a little bit later, but I just wanted to basically show the basics of character creation. So let me mess with this guy a little bit, and I'll show you the final product. And there is our boy. Joe Schmo. All right, now we only have one more to make, and this last guy is going to be our receiver. All right, and his name is Eddie Glue Hands. Now, the way his attributes work is going to be very, very simple. We will put his speed up a fair bit, not a ton, though. Blocking can be there. Agility, fine. We'll go about there. Catching and coverage. Oh, I am on the wrong one. I accidentally pressed down. Catching and coverage are going to be the most important for this guy. Go about there. Carrying just a little bit, not a ton. That is going to be important. Same with tackling. Coverage. All right, let's go about there. Is that good enough? Yeah, okay. We are going to want to make this guy a little bit taller. So I'm going to go about there, and then we'll leave his weight pretty normal, so I can spend the rest of these attributes on a couple of things. We'll go speed a little bit more. I'll do a little bit more in agility, a little more in catching. Actually, maybe I can drop that down. Maybe I can drop a couple things down enough. No, I probably should keep the rest there. Yeah, so I guess we'll put the rest into carrying and tackling. And then, yeah, just kind of ease each of them up. Perfect. Okay, I think that is probably good. Not a super great player, a little bit mediocre. Now I'm going to change this guy's look up a little bit, and then we should be good to go. All right, and there is our team. Indomitable Beast, Eddie Glue Hands, and Joe Schmo with a bunch of no-names. All development points have been spent that I want to spend. Now we can show how this works. So this is very, very simple. So we're going to head on into the NFC West. We're kind of just going to systematically make our way up through. I'm not going to try to leap over anything along the way. So don't jump into ladder. You don't want to go into ladder. We're going to go into challenge mode first. So you have 800 tokens to spend, and each of these different challenges has a specific cost associated with them. You can get, as you can see right here, rewards. 100 development points and a long sleeve shirt if you want that for a little bit of, for a vanity item, basically. You can get a team logo for the Tigers right there. You get some metal pads, jumpsuit shirt, pretty good. Here, you can actually get yourself some plays out of a playbook. PA reverse pass, pretty interesting. Here, you can see the challenge cost goes up a little bit, and, well, they actually do with the playbook as well, but you can start to get more development points. 480. Oh, you can get impact. Now, what are these exactly? These are pieces of gear that you can attach to your player to give them a +1, 2, 3, etc. on a specific stat. Now, you might be wondering, why would you want to do this? Why would you not just want to spend the points? Well, when their stats are relatively low, yes, you don't want to attach any impact gear to them. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste of time. It's a waste of tokens, all that good stuff. However, when they start to get to a point where their stats are incredibly high, almost to the exact limit possible, these impact this impact gear actually can save you a little bit on tokens because it takes you over that threshold. On top of that, these can actually take you over a max stat. So if you can only go up to 20 with pure tokens, but if you add impact on top of that, you can technically overflow the stat and make it even stronger, which is really, really nice. But here is where things get really interesting. So first of all, these right here, make a goal line stand against the Rams. That's not going to be easy, but 1,120 development points. That's a lot of points. Also right here, stop the 49ers from getting a first down or scoring on their first drive. These are the most difficult challenges in the game. Get 3 user tackles and beat the 49ers in a game to 20. Score a defensive touchdown and beat your opponent in a game to 36. Probably going to do that with a game breaker. And then right here, impact gear, +3 catching. Calling a running play, successfully pitch the ball twice on your very first play. But you can see the cost of tokens on these is a little bit on the expensive side. But the most expensive of all are these ones right here. Almost all of your tokens for this. You have to beat the team in a game to 24. So not a full game, but you get to choose any player from that roster. If you want to build your entire team by doing this, be my guest. You can absolutely get away with doing this. Is it the most cost-effective way of making your way and becoming the best team? I don't know about that. I think it's a little bit tricky. I would recommend maybe doing this only about once or twice through your entire NFL challenge. I'm not going to do it here. In fact, we're going to start by trying to do this. Successfully pitch the ball twice in your very, very first play. That's all you have to do. So let's do this thing. So I'm just going to have it auto-pick my team. I got Eddie Glue Hands here. Joe Schmo is supposed to be my quarterback, excuse me. So let's set that up. And actually, we're just going to run a play to the left and get this done. We'll do our absolute best here. So I'm going to do an option. I'm going to try and make this work. It's going to be tricky. So we're going to do a pitch right there, and then pitch it again. And there we go. That's it. That's all we needed to do. Perfect. And that is the entire challenge. Very simple. Impact gloves +3 catching, done. So I'm going to stick that on Eddie Glue Hands before we move on to the next one. But there we go. We just spent a fair bit of tokens getting that one, but it's one of the best impact gear to get in the game. So let's go and drop that on our boy here really quickly. Go all the way to hands. We're going to find, there we go. So we can just put that on both hands. Perfect. Now his catching is almost maxed out, which is pretty darn great. And we're going to actually need that for future challenges here. Okay, so these ones are pretty difficult, especially because we don't have a super defensive-oriented team, and they often are going to take a lot of attempts. So we're going to do our absolute best here, but I won't be surprised if I have to try this many times. So let's swap to defense here. I'm going to actually put Glue Hands there, Schmo there, and then we're going to put Beast on the linebacker position. And let's begin. So really, the biggest goal here is to try to get, if you absolutely can, a freaking fumble. I'm gonna do my darndest here, but again, as you can see, not super easy. So you just kind of keep restarting the challenge until you make it happen. Let's try a lockdown here. We're just trying to basically guess the play if possible. Nope, weren't able to get it there, so we restart once again. And you just kind of have to keep trying this over and over until you get it. These ones are going to be the ones that you beat your head against the wall the most, but if you can actually manage to make it happen, it doesn't take too long most of the time. And if you can get that right there, you win. That's all you got to do. Very, very simple. Look at that. 1,120 development points and the Ninjas logo. Done. Just like that. Doesn't take too long. Absolutely worth your time just because of the number of points that you're getting. Okay, we should be able to get ourselves a 4th good player by the end of this. All right, stop the Niners from just getting a first down or scoring on their first drive, which is basically what we just did, but easier, if I'm being honest. So let's, because they are a little bit further back. So we're going to want to switch to defense. Again, I'm going to set it up in much the same way. Make sure my guys are on the same positions. And we're going to be relying on a pick or a fumble here to make this work. But what I'm going to do from here on out is I'm not going to show every single attempt every single time. I'm just going to show a couple attempts, and then I will eventually skip to the most successful one. Like so. All right. We're almost able to get it. If you can, see, even with the most terrible players on your team, though, if you can hit them with a hard tackle, you can still sometimes Okay, you can still sometimes actually cause a fumble. Actually, I probably shouldn't have reset there because even if they go past the first down marker, if you cause a fumble later, you'll still get the win. So that's not going to work, and none of my guys can really catch up here. Get a fumble. Nope, didn't get it. All right, so we'll just keep retrying once again until we make this work. Again, you'll beat your head against the wall in the early stages of NFL Challenge, but later on, it doesn't actually get so bad. Oh, hold on. I might get a fumble here. No, I didn't. All right, well, let's restart. Okay, there's a stop. Pretty good. They were doing a fake there. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if they try it again. Come on, Summit. Yes, yes, yes. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Yes. There it is. Oh, that was perfectly anticipated. Whew. Okay, got it. So there is probably the two toughest challenges. Now, I can get greedy if I want to and jump on over to the AFC West and try to do one of the expensive challenges over there as well. Now, you got, okay, you got two impact ones here. Intercept a pass or sack the Broncos 2 times for armband for demoves and carrying. But then here, calling only passing plays, beat the Chiefs in a game to 12 without getting sacked. That is very doable. Successfully complete one style juke spin, one style hurdle, and one style dive, and win against the Raiders in a game to 24. That's a little bit more long-winded. Let's try this one. So this is the main reason I wanted to run with my receiver and quarterback to start here, although this is still going to be a little bit on the tricky side. So we'll do all this, and then I know I'm getting a little bit greedy here too because I am refusing to create a fourth player before we get all of these done. But I have a plan. Don't worry. Okay, so we can only call passing plays for this, which means we basically got to hit our boy every single time and not ever get sacked once, which is going to be tricky. But we'll do our best. So I would highly advise only running like really long distance plays here if you can. There we go. Oh, how did he not hold on to that? Okay, let's try, where is that play? Yeah, we'll just do go long, because we can also hit our other guy if we need to. Right there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, and this is why I called him a beast, is because I want him to break through that stuff like it's nothing, which works out great for me. Oh, my gosh, look at this guy go. I love it. All right, he is going to be helping me out a lot. And if I just keep calling the same play, is that really going to cause me any problems? Not really. So I only need to go to 12 here, which means, I mean, I can score that, but I honestly don't care if I don't. All right, so now we just need to, I mean, I don't even care if they score here. They might, honestly, but then we just need to score on the next drive. So we'll do our best here. I think they're allowed to call run plays. Get it! Oh, the big guy caught it. Just let him. Just let him. Oh, wait. Got the little fumble in there. That's hilarious. All right, just let him have it. I don't even care. I love it. That was great. Oh, and this is the kind of nonsense I'm talking about. Oh, he didn't run out? Wow. Okay, so all we need to do is score here and we win. That's all we need to do. Very simple. Oh, get it. Oh, man, he's just not quite fast enough. We might actually spend a little bit on increasing his speed a bit because it is going to be useful when it comes to actually trying to win games. But, man, I'm not even throwing to my receiver at all. This is working out great. Just throwing to my boy here. There we go. That's it. Easily done. So we still have a little bit of tokens left to spend. We'll get more tokens after completing a ladder, but I can use these to get a bit more development points or plays or things like that. It wouldn't actually hurt me too bad to get myself a play, although 760 more development points would be kind of nice. 2 user tackles using the defensive power move, so that's the strong tackle, against the Broncos on their first drive. It's very doable. Let's try it. It's going to be tricky. A little bit, but I think it's doable. You know, actually, before I jump into that, I think I will throw in a new player here. All right, and here's our boy Dump Truck. He's got purple hair, and he is basically going to act as our defensive lineman and offensive lineman, so we actually have a little bit of strength up front and center. All right, now let's do that last challenge, and then I think we'll call this an episode. In the next episode, we can jump on into the ladder. So let's do this thing. Set everything up. I only need to worry about defense here. So let's put him on the outside there. I think I'll put Schmo back on defensive back. There we go. And then Beast here. So we just need to get 2 power tackles. That's all we got to do. Should be simple. Won't necessarily be simple, but it should be. So we'll do our best here. So hopefully we're actually able to get some hits here. I don't know what that pass was, but okay. Let's try this again. And actually, I need to stay. No, I need to stay on you. Come on. There we go. There we go. There's one. All right, that should count. I believe I got it there. So all I need is a second one, and we should have it. Come on. Oh, come on, get him. Oh, that's a fumble. That's a little bad. I don't know if that's okay. We might have actually failed right there. Yeah, we failed. All right, let's retry. I thought I wasn't sure if that fumble, because I hit them with the power tackle on the fumble, but I wasn't sure if that would count. Makes sense that it doesn't, though. Is that a safety? Oh, it's not. Thank goodness. Okay, that first one should count. Now, if we can get a second one. Let's see. They're going to do the pitch on the outside. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Get him. Does that count? I think we did it. Yes! All right. Awesome. 760 more development points. We are going to put those into our team really quickly before we jump into the ladder. And then, yeah, in the next episode, we're going to actually start trying to beat these teams. So I used it a little bit to make Indomitable Beast's speed better. Glue Hands gave him a little bit more carrying and tackling. I think I'll work on Schmo just a little bit. We'll up his passing by 1. His speed's already probably enough, although he could stand to have a little bit more on the defensive side. Just a tad bit. Maybe catching, too, just for picking off passes would be kind of nice. Yeah, I think that's probably enough. Then I'll just put a couple points into run power because that's all I got left. All right, cool. So we got 4 good players and 3 useless players going into our first ladder. And we are going to definitely be going up against the NFC West first. And I will show how that works in the next episode. So guys, thank you all so very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much. And I will see you all in the next one.